Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought it would be good just to show you some of the things that I've been working on after the NGS show, which was a couple of weekends ago, and we had 100 and, I think it was about 130 people visit. Lots of tea and cake sold and everything, and yeah, really successful day. And planning obviously for next year. I always use it as a point in the year to look at the changes that I want to make in the garden, and I try and sort of make a few of the changes sort of immediately after the show, because that gives me, well, it gives the plant an opportunity to recover and things, like if I'm chopping back hedges and things like that. So yeah, so that's one of the main things I do. And then of course in the winter time is when I will, move, well, in the autumn time I move stuff into greenhouses and start changing things out of pots, rearranging pots on the patio, and working out what's going in what part of the garden for next year. It's also a good way to sort of assess plants that have done really well, and if they've grown too well and they've got too big for a location, whether I've got to move that. And also plants that are actually in pots, sometimes as they get bigger they're better off in the ground, or they sort of outgrow the pot as well. So yeah, so I thought I'd just show you a couple of things that I've been working on over the last couple of weeks. So this area here, we've got a Portuguese laurel and a smoke tree, and what I've basically done is chopped them right back because they were right out to where this tree is here. So I've taken them back a couple of feet, shaped them up, and the beauty of doing this at this time of the year, it means that a lot of these stems and everything will reshoot, so you get a bit of extra growth on them before obviously the frosts come in. And it also gives me a little bit more room here, so it allows a bit more room for the cannas to spread out a little bit. And you can see at the back of this Insetti banana that essentially this Elaeagnus was touching the banana, so I've trimmed that right back. So probably another, a good foot to 2 foot off of the front of that one. And you see there is leaves obviously on the front. It's just very thin on the ground at the moment, but that will all leaf up, I'm sure, before the before the end of the autumn time. That gives me a bit more space to get in here as well. Another thing that I've done is this split leaf alder tree, which has got lovely foliage on it. It had some lower branches coming out. You can see the little stumps there. So it had 3 branches that were a little bit too lower than the fence line. So I've removed those. What that will hopefully do is allow a little bit more light in for this Insetti banana. And this section here, I've got mint and a Fium at the back here, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking that's one area that I haven't really changed much, and I'm thinking, do I put kind of like a low growing palm in there or something like that, which is a little bit more interesting than the Fium, because I've actually got another one of those Fiums just up the garden up there, and that one up there I want to keep. So yeah, jury's out on this one, not sure. I'll show you another little section around here. So the Corderline seems to be growing quite well. Let's just move back so we can see it better. So yeah, bit of growth on the Corderline, which is cool. I'm thinking in this area here, there's well, there's quite a lot of, there's sort of lots of vines. We've got passion fruit in there, we've got grapevine and a clematis, which you can see the flower of there. But in the back here we have a lilac, which is kind of behind this fatsia. So the fatsia has got enormous, but what I'm thinking is to take out the lilac at the back because we don't really need that in there. I was thinking if I take that out, create a nice big space in the back. I was thinking of maybe putting, I've got one spare Musabaju banana, and I'm thinking it could give me height at the back of the fatsia, because it will obviously grow taller than that. So, and it will also, at the moment, this whole area here is just looking very, it's green and flat, a bit boring. But below it, we've obviously got lovely hydrangeas, so that's definitely giving me some interest, as well as the fatsia here. So yeah, that's another area that I'm thinking small improvement in there, small tweak for next year. Got a foxglove tree here, which is starting to look really good. Decent sized leaves, you can see. They're not absolutely huge, but definitely having some impact, especially when it grows a bit taller. So I'll show you another couple of areas I've been working on. Oh, before we go that way, I bought a couple of, actually I bought one palm here, which is a lovely palm. So this is a Trachycarpus fortunei crossed with a Princeps hybrid. So this is the Princeps here. That's just a straight Princeps. You can tell because of the lovely silvery foliage underneath. This one's got slight silvering under, but it's a little bit more green. And the shapes of the leaves are a little bit bigger. They're not quite as stiff as the Princeps. But yeah, I've bought another palm which should be coming this week, which initially is going to be in a pot, but will later hopefully go in the ground. And that's the Martianus one, which is another type of Trachycarpus. It's pretty hardy, although I don't think it's the hardiest of the Trachycarpus, but it's got lovely leaves, and that was a good sort of eBay find. So I was looking for another kind of Trachycarpus cross with something. So yeah, so that's another purchase, and I'm possibly eyeing up another type of Trachycarpus as well, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to get that or not. Pond's looking pretty good. Not really any changes to that at the moment, other than the fact that over here I've been trying a new sort of chemical thing in the water, which was always green, and now it's gone nice and clear. So that's good news, because this pond isn't connected with the UV filter like the other pond. Still waiting for some decent flowers on this canna, but there is a few coming through. Let's just show you through this way. So in this section we have a very big laurel hedge that's been sticking out miles. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually pruning it right back. So you can see I'm starting to lopper it right back. Okay, sort of. So we're looking at kind of taking it in about a foot in there. So I've got my secateurs, loppers, silky saw for that one. Main reason why is because we've got the fatsia at the front here, and the laurel hedge was just coming over here, and it was just like pushing this back. So I wanted to push back the laurel to give me a little bit more space. And that project was on the back of the big Laurel Hedge at the back of my garden there, which I have removed the back of. So it was massively too wide, really difficult to cut with ladders and things. So plan is with that, I've taken the back off to make it a lot less wide, which means I should be able to get up there and prune the top down. I just noticed that there's a chicken trying to eat the banana leaf in there. Little monkeys. Oh, they love the banana. I see they've been stripping it. Actually, talking to bananas, massive this year. Definitely my biggest banana. And I will show you the size of this stem down here. Yeah, so that's my hand compared to it. So it's pretty big. And we've got loads of pups on that one as well, which hopefully a few of them I'm going to take off and try and pot on. And I'll just show you the last area where I've done some major work on. Just walking up the garden here. Okay. Oh, these are doing well. My little seedlings. So there we go. So there used to be a bit of a tunnel through here. But what I've done is actually removed huge stems from the back. It's a little bit thin on the back there. So yeah, that's a sort of an ongoing project. A couple of little things in here while we're here. I have taken a load of cuttings of the Persicaria Red Dragon, and every cutting seems to be taking really well at the moment. That's cool. And these are bananas. I think they're Sycamensis. And I've moved this trough from another location in the garden, and because I scuffed it up a little bit, I've given that a bit of a paint, so that will be for next year. Bit of soil ready for filling up the pots when the palms arrive, or palm arrives. And I'll show you the last little thing. Actually, there's a few bargains that I got last week, which I think I showed you in one of the videos. So the dwarf Chinese bananas looking good. We've got a brand new leaf coming out here. And I'll just show you the Corderlines because they're at the front bit. You go through my gate. So I haven't really done much with these other than I potted them up into, I think it's a 15 litre pot. I've got those two there, which were my £10.99 bargains. And I'm thinking they might go here. If they go in this section, then I will probably remove this rose in the corner, make this little bit a bit wider, so in other words sort of come out to this sort of edge, maybe build like a little raised planter in there and pop it in. And potentially I could do one this side as well, but I'd have to trim back the kiwi vine, because as this grows up here it will obviously bash into the top. So yeah, so that is the sort of changes over the last couple of weeks. And yeah, lots of rubbish to get rid of as well. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the little tour of what I'm up to, and I'll see you next week. So that concludes the tour. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.